Good evening, distinguished delegates and participants. We have now arrived at the valedictory function of DAA 12. Hope you all enjoyed the past 3.5 days of enriching and exchanging the scientific ideas, innovations, and collaborations. On that note, I would like to welcome the dignitaries, Dr. Tarun Sridhar, Dr. P.K. Pradhan, Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Lal, and Dr. Sashi Shekhar to grace the dais, please, sir. As we commence the program, may I kindly request everyone to rise for the Tamil Thai Valthu. Now we will now play the ICR Geet. Request the dignitaries and the participants to please be seated.
जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की सुखद प्रतीक हरित भारत की कृषि धन पशुधन मानव जीवन दुग्ध मत्स्य फल यंत्र सुवर्धन वैज्ञानिक विधि नव तकनीके पारिस्थितिकी का संरक्षण शस्य श्यामला छवि भारत की जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की हिम प्रदेश से सागर तट तक मरुधरती से पूर्वोत्तर तक हर पथ पर है मित्र कृषक की शिक्षा शोध प्रसार सकल तक आशा स्वावलंबित भारत की जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की जय जय कृषि परिषद भारत की
May I now request Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Lal, Director of ICR SIBA and Convener of DAA 12, to welcome the Chief Guest, Dr. Tarun Sridhar, IAS former Secretary, Department of Fisheries, Government of India. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Satish Kumar from SIBA to welcome the Chairperson-elect Fish Health Section, Asian Fisheries Society, Dr. P.K. Pradhan, Head Exotic and Aquatic Animal Health Division, ICR, NBFGR. Thank you, Dr. Satish. Now I invite Dr. Sandeep from SIBA to welcome Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Lal, convener of DAA 12. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. Ritesh from SIBA to welcome Dr. Sashi Shekhar, Organizing Secretary of DAA 12. Thank you, Ritesh. Now I request Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Lal, convener of DAA 12, to deliver the welcome address.
Introduce him. Where is that page? I have the honor to have with us Mr. Tarun Shridhar ji, who has been the former Secretary to Government of India. He held many positions in the Government of India. He belongs to Indian Administrative Services, and he has been Joint Secretary of Fisheries also. Before, he was Secretary to Fisheries, and India's surveillance program, a lot goes to his credit. Maybe he may like to tell a bit more on that, how that started. I like to tell you one thing, why India's surveillance program is important. Because it complies to a act, parliamentary act. In India, the surveillance is law. In 2014, then amendment to the Animal Disease Act amendment was made to include the aquatic animal diseases. So this surveillance program, in reality, it complies to that law. And that is very important. And it was his vision that rather than creating a new system, a policy and the research was networked together to make a quick network for the surveillance. Making a new system would have taken a much longer time, and it is one of the credible systems which is occurring at present in India, and it is still evolving. We started from scratch in 2014. But at least we have got a lot of new experience, a lot of world recognition for our surveillance program. We are learning. But it networked the expertise available in the laboratories, in the state level laboratories, in ICS Institute. It networked to come under one platform to analyze the data and the samples on a common methodologies. That was important, to bring them at one platform. And a lot of credit goes to Dr. Tarun Shridhar ji. And we always remember him, a very humble person, and he is a voracious writer. And shortly, as he told me today, we came to know, I think that will be available on the net shortly, all his thoughts and all what is coming in the regular columns in the newspapers and other magazines. He is currently Director General of ICFA, one of the think tanks in this country on agriculture, and we hope that will grow further. I know that organization, we have been old association when I was at Lucknow with ICFA. So I know that organization works very well. And thank you very much, sir, for being here with us. And being a disease in a disease Asian aquaculture, perhaps he was the best person to come for this and guide us for our future. He has represented this country many times in FAO and other bodies, WIH, for it was the nodal ministry to focus on these diseases. I welcome Dr. P.K. Pradhan, whom I suppose before introduction I am telling, he is going to be the next president of FHS. And I welcome you, Dr. Pradhan, and all the best and congratulations to you. Maybe formally you will be giving your introduction yourself. And I welcome my colleague, Dr. Shekhar, organizing secretary of this program, DA12. I welcome our friend, Dr. Krishnan, who has come just now. He was busy in some program in Maldives. He is the director of Bay of Bengal program. And one of the vibrant organizations nowadays, doing a lot of programs in Chennai, mainly linking to FAO and their Bob LME programs. I welcome all the dignitaries, all the keynote speakers, all the distinguished guests. I see that Dr. Rohana is there, Dr. Melba, Dr. Edmund Peeler, Dr. Andrew Shin, and Dr. Alicia. Thank you very much. You could make it with a so tight schedule, and she could reach after a long journey today morning. And Dr. Victoria, and all the Dr. Stephen, August, and all of them. I may not be able to take name of everybody, but I welcome you all. I welcome all the delegates who has come here from the long journeys and had a participation in program. I hope you enjoyed the stay at Chennai, and thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming over here.
Thank you, sir. May I request newly elected ExCom members of Fish Health Section, Asian Fisheries Society, to introduce themselves, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dong Ha. I'm a newly elected member, not appointed member, and I will serve you, the communities, and I will do my best, whatever that I can do to support DAA and make DAA greater. Thank you very much.
Very good evening. I am Neeraj. I am working in ICR and BFCR, and I have been elected as a member of the Fish Health Section, Asian Fisheries Society. I have been in this Fish Health Section for almost 6 years now. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Atia Azaida. I'm from Indonesia, but now I'm representing of Taiwan because I'm a PhD student from National Cheng Kung University, and I'm a new member of AFS. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shu Wen-zhen. I also come from Taiwan, and now I'm a member and as an observer. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Wafi. I'm from the Department of Fisheries, Brunei Darussalam, and also an observer for the ExCom. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ramya. I come from Taiwan National Cheng Kung University. I work there as an assistant researcher, and I'm the new FHS member. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Rafael Castillo. I'm original from Nicaragua. I'm here representing Taiwan. I'm doing my PhD studying, and also I'm a new member in the FSS. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ghosh Kato from Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technologies. I'm vice chair of the FHS, new vice chair of the FHS member. So, yeah, thank you very much.
Hello everyone, I am Desrina. I am from Department Aquaculture, Faculty of Fisheries and Marine Science in Indonesia, Diponegoro University in Indonesia. I will serve as a treasurer and a secretary for the next 3 years. So I hope all the collaboration from you. Thank you.
Good everyone. Stephen Pykos, my name. I'm from the University of Adelaide, representing Australia and a member of the committee.
Hello everyone, aku Sunarto, Indonesia, Australia. working at CSIRO base in Tasmania. So if you come down to Aussie, let me know. Thank you.
Me? Hi. Hi everyone, I'm Rohana Subasinghe and I've been with the official section since its inception for 37 years and I'm probably one of the more grey-haired supporters of the official section. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Ma'am, please. Pradhan, sir. Now it's my pleasure to invite Dr. P.K. Pradhan, Chairman-elect Fish Health Section, Asian Fisheries Society, to deliver his address.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Sorry for it. I'm Kazuma Yoshimura from Tokyo University of Marine Science and Technology in Japan. Yesterday, I joined the Asian Fisheries Society. I'm observer as this section. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sir, Pradhan, sir, please.
Very good morning to all of you. Respected chief guest of today's function, Sri Tarun Sidhar sir. Dr. Kuldeep sir already told about him, and he is the former Secretary, Department of Fisheries, Government of India. As sir told, we could not have the best person, and I just want to share that the DAA 8, which was inaugurated, was held in Mangalore, he was the chief guest of the inauguration function, and today he is the chief guest of the valedictory function of DAA 12. Maybe the interest which he has for the aquatic animal health, this was a coincidence. Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Lal, he is the convener of DAA 12 and director ICR SIPA, and our organizing secretary, Dr. M.S. Sekhar sir. At the outset, we have come to the close of the 12th symposium of the DGC Nation of Aquaculture. On behalf of the Fish Health Section Asian Fisheries Society, I extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you for making your valuable contributions. On behalf of the Fish Health Section, I wish to express the sincere thanks and gratitude to convener DAA 12 and director ICR SIBA and his entire team for their untiring efforts to make this event a memorable one. Again, I, on the behalf of the Executive Committee and the Fish Health Section, wish to express our sincere to all the keynote speakers and the lead presentations and all the delegates for their scholarly presentations, which make this again a memorable one. Over the past few days, we have shared our knowledges, debated challenges, and envisioned the solutions for the future of aquatic animal health research in this region. This gathering has once again shown that science, when shared across borders, becomes a powerful force. Let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovations, and commitment that define the DAA 12 so that when we meet at again DAA 13, we can celebrate new achievements for the fish health and sustainable aquaculture in Asia and beyond. Lastly, I thank you and wish you all a safe travel. And another important thing is, all of you might be excitingly waiting who will be hosting the DAA 13. I just want to bring the notice of our chief guest. So in the first day, we had the presentation for 3 countries who will be hosting the DAA 13. They were Australia, Japan, and Philippines. And we had a scorecard. Based on that, they are evaluated. And there's a very close contest. And based on the evaluations, and we have selected Japan will be hosting the DAA 13. So, on behalf of the whole official section, we request all of you, please plan your journey so that we meet again in DAA 13 at Japan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, and I congratulate Japan on being selected to host the next DAA. Now, let's proceed to the release of the books and MOUs aimed to support and empower farmers and various stakeholders in the aquaculture sector for sustainable production. May I invite the dignitaries to release the book titled SIBA EHP Cura Grow Plus, which is the outcome of scientific research work conducted by ICR SIBA. I invited a scientist involved to this research come to the dais. This book details the development and validation of phytobiotics SIBA EHP Cura for the treatment and control of EHP and white feces syndrome. Of the book on biofertilizers from fish waste. It is a unique innovation from SIBA scientists that transform the fish waste into wealth. Now I invite the team to join the dais. This book will inspire all the stakeholders to adopt circular economic practices and move towards a greener and more prosperous future. Thank you. Now we move on to the MOU for the transfer of Plankton Plus and Horti Plus technology between ICR SIBA and Jaljivika, an organization dedicated to empowering women fish farmers and vendors. These technologies hold immense potential for creating sustainable livelihood for women in the fisheries sector. Now I invite the SIBA scientist and Neelkant, CEO and founder of Jaljivika. Thank you, esteemed dignitaries.
Now, as we move ahead to the much awaited announcements of the best oral and poster presentations, we have awards for the poster and oral under 6 technical sessions. We do recognize the effort of all the researchers who presented their work. The hard work and dedication of these researchers have made the judging procedures a real challenge. I take this opportunity to thank the committee members who were responsible for evaluating the presentations. Now, without much delay, I would like to announce first I'll announce the poster presentations. May I ask our chief guest to hand over the awards also. The best poster award in technical session 1, Fish Health, is to Yoho Watanabe, FH131. We have 2 awards in each session. The second one goes to Subhashini V, abstract ID FH148. May I request the winners to please come on the dais. I would like to also announce that the awards carry a certification and a cash award of USD 100 USD. For the technical session 2 on shrimp health, we have the winners are Meenakshi PS of abstract ID SH236. May I have Meenakshi, please? And Ramya Kumar, ID SH224. Next, we go on to the technical session 4. The winners are Maharshi Limbalo. I'm sorry for the wrong pronunciation if it is. Maharshi, ID DT454. And Richa Pathak, DT459. For the technical session 6, yes, please, yes. We have Maharshi here. For the technical session 6, may have Vince Neil Balasco Fiotus, ID NT611. And Ranjit Nadarajan, NT612. For the technical sessions, the winners of the technical session 7 is Rajamani Srinath, abstract ID HP 714, and Bharat Gunashekaran, HP 720. May I have the winners on stage, please? And the last one, the technical session 8, the winners are Chandrabhushan Kumar, ER 820, and Tomoaki Yashino, ER 821. May I ask anyone from the team to come and collect the award, please? ER 821. Please, please. Tomoaki Yashino, first report of lactococcus infection. Yes. We have a joint. Now we move on to the oral presentation awards. For the technical session 1 on fish health, the winners are Anutosh Paria, FH107, and Natukul Yongnoi, FH108. FH108, granulocyte tropism and lymphocyte depletion. The title starts. Natukol Yongnoi, I don't know if my pronunciation is correct. ID is FH108. Granulocyte tropism and lymphocyte depletion highlight the immunopathogenesis of tilapia-like virus infection. All right, we'll move to the next one, the technical session 2 on shrimp health. It's Suparath SH203. And Subhendu Kumar Otta, SH206. White spot syndrome virus, endogenous viral element revealed by circular viral copy in shrimp. For the technical session 4, the winners are Anup Mandal, DT410, and Akshay Panigri, DT409. technical session 6 on new emerging technologies. The winners are Makesh Marapan and Gina Kirarath, NT 606 and NT 607. The winners of the technical session 7, One Health and Aquatic Animal Biosecurity are GK Shivaraman, HB 704, and Andrew Lee Powell, HB 705. Andrew, HB 705. Anyone on the team, if it's there? Now we'll move on to the last session, technical session 8. The winners of this session is Gaurav Rathore, ER 806, and Masazura Abdul Rahim, ER 809. May I request Andrew Lee Powell if he's here, or anybody from the team? Setting epidemiological cutoff values. There's one from the fish health, Natukol Yongnoi, FH108, granulocyte tropism and lymphocyte depletion. The title starts with this. If any of the team members are here, I request them to come on dais, please. Thank you, sir. Yeah, yes. Thank you, sir. Now, as we approach the conclusion of this symposium, it's time to felicitate the conveners of the DAA 12 by the FSH AFS members for their tireless efforts. May I request you all to join me in felicitating our conveners, Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Lal and the CEO of NFDB. May I request Dr. Kannapan, the Senior Executive Director, to come on dais. May I request Dr. Pradhan to felicitate them, please. May I request Dr. Kannapan to receive the award on behalf of NFDB. Thank you, sir. Our guest of honor today is Mr. Sagar Mehra, Joint Secretary of Indian Fisheries, Department of Fisheries, Government of India. He could not join us today, but he has sent his recorded message. But before I request the message be played, I'd just like to introduce the chairperson. Sri Sagar Mehra is the Joint Secretary of Inland Fisheries at the Department of Fisheries, Government of India. Sri Mehra has played a pivotal role in advancing India's fisheries sector through strategic leadership in programs like Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sambadhana Yojana and the Fisheries and Aquaculture Infrastructure Development Fund. His efforts have focused on enhancing traceability across the seafood value chain, promoting sustainable aquaculture, and integrating modern technologies to boost productivity and global competitiveness. Under his guidance, the department has launched key initiatives such as the National Fisheries Development Program Portal, the PM Matsya Kisan Samriddhi Yojana, and SOPs for cluster-based production and processing. Sri Mehra continues to champion inclusive growth, innovation, and the vision of a resilient blue economy aligned with Viksit Bharat 2024. May I now request his message may be kindly be played.
Good afternoon, distinguished delegates, scientists, industry leaders, policy makers, experts from abroad, and dear friends. It is my privilege to share my thoughts on valedictory session of this 12th Symposium on Disease in Asian Aquaculture. Over the past 4 days, this vibrant city of Chennai has hosted a remarkable confluence of knowledge, collaboration, and innovation in the field of aquatic animal health, which is need of the hour. Aquaculture in India contributes more than 75% of fish production and one of the sector playing crucial role for food security, employment generation, and export earning. Therefore, Management of aquatic health is important and crucial for growth and healthy fish and to reduce economic losses to the farmers and sustain their incomes and return on their investment. Symposium on diseases in Asian aquaculture has always been a platform that brings together the global aquaculture community, and this 12th edition has lived up to its legacy. The discussions, technical sessions, and workshops have touched upon all the frontline issues ranging from epidemiology, diagnostics, and emerging pathogens to biosecurity, climate change impacts, and innovations in disease management. What has stood out most is the interdisciplinary collaboration, bringing science closer to practice, farmers closer to technology, and policy closer to implementation. For India, hosting 12th Symposium on Disease in Asian Aquaculture has been a moment of pride, and I'm really happy that Department of Fisheries, Government of India is one of the organizers of this symposium, with aquaculture contributing significantly to food security, livelihood, employment generation, and most importantly, export earnings. This gathering has provided a unique opportunity to showcase our progress while also learning from our Asian neighbors and friends and other global partners as well. National Surveillance Program for Aquatic Animal Disease, that is NASPAD, the emphasis on biosecurity in hatchery and farms, and our strides in molecular diagnostics and vaccine developments are steps in the right direction. Yet, yes, we all agree there is much more to be done, especially in the area of strengthening farmer level awareness, cluster-based health management, and sustainable disease surveillance systems. Three clear messages are emerging from the deliberations held in the symposium. Firstly, collaboration is the key. Disease knows no boundaries, no borders. Regional cooperation, data sharing, and harmonized standards are essential to fight out the disease. Secondly, innovation is the future. There are quite a few areas, new areas, especially genomics, AI-based surveillance, vaccine development, and eco-friendly therapeutics must move from laboratory to ponds. Thirdly, resilience, promoting resilience is our own responsibility. Climate variability, intensification of farming, and global trade insist that we must build resilience and adaptable health systems. While concluding, I extend my heartfelt thanks to the Fish Health section of the Asian Fisheries Society for steering this platform all these decades. I also thank the organizing committee and ICR SIBA, NFDB, and other organizations associated with the symposium for their flawless planning and hospitality for organizing this event. I also congratulate all the scientists, students, researchers, and industry partners whose contributions have enriched every sessions we had during the symposium. And most importantly, the farmers and other stakeholders whose challenges have always been inspiring us for newer research and newer policies. I thank all of them. As we draw this symposium to a close, let us not consider this the end of a symposium, but let us look at it as a beginning of renewed collaborations and commitments. The science shared here must travel beyond conference halls into the ponds, cages, and hatcheries transforming millions of lives across the continent and ensuring the sustainability of aquaculture in Asia and beyond. Friends, the baton now passes on to each one of us. May the spirit of healthy aquaculture for a healthy future continue to inspire and guide our journey until we meet again at 13th Symposium on Disease in Asian Aquaculture. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. We hope to carry forward your remarks, healthy aquaculture for a healthy future. Thank you very much.
We are honored to have with us Dr. Tarun Sridhar, former IAS officer, as chief guest. As Secretary, Ministry of Fisheries and Animal Husbandry Dairying, Sir played a key role in the creation of ministry and led major initiatives like Fisheries Infrastructure Development and Genetic Improvement Program. As Joint Secretary, Department of Animal Husbandry, Dairying and Fisheries, he revived India's shrimp industry, making India the largest shrimp exporter, launched aquatic disease surveillance, established NFDB, and introduced fishermen's biometric identity cards. Post-retirement also, he remains actively engaged in policy, research and global forums. Sir is currently Director General of the Indian Chamber of Food and Agriculture, a recipient of multiple awards, and has authored over 200 articles, and continues to contribute significantly to agriculture, animal husbandry, and rural fisheries and rural development. My request, Chief Guest, to address the gatherings.
Thank you for that kind introduction. Dr. Kuldeep Kumar Lal, Dr. Pradhan, Dr. Shashi Shekhar, my dear friend Rohana Subhasinghe. I'm sorry, Rohana, when you were waving to me there was a glare right in my eyes, in my specs. So I was wondering, it appears to be Rohana, but suppose somebody else, he may read the signal wrong if I wave back. So very glad to see you again. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. What an honor to be here amongst you today. I was very pleasantly surprised when I got a phone call from Dr. Kuldeep asking me to come for the plenary session and the concluding session of this 12th edition of Disease in Asian Aquaculture Conference. And thanks, Dr. Pradhan, for remembering that I had participated in the 8th conference. I did remember that I had gone to Mangalore. Beyond that, I didn't remember why I had gone there. Dr. Kuldeep, I'm really thankful and honored that it has been more than 6 years since I retired from government. And you remembered me after 6 years. Although my schedule was pretty tight yesterday till late in the evening, I was engaged in a couple of conferences. And tomorrow morning again in Delhi, I have to participate in an event and catch the late night flight. But I couldn't say no to Dr. Kuldeep for 2 reasons. Number one, it was Dr. Kuldeep Kumar. Number two, it was Center for Brackish Water Aquaculture, SIBA. Now, when I got the invite and he sent me the program, I regretted that I had said yes, because when I saw the list of speakers and the topics to be covered, I was filled with a lot of trepidation as to what am I going to speak to such an audience. And the subject is very, very purely technical and intensely scientific. And I have been a student who has run away from science since school days, never too good at science, studied simple, soft subjects like political science, history, etc. Normally, Rohana would bear me out when I participated in FAO meetings or WTO meetings or any international meeting too. I rarely had a written text before me. But this time I sat down last night and jotted down some points. I thought, let me not make a fool of myself in front of such an august audience. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me just begin with a small story, which I remembered when today itself, just half an hour before this program started, a young officer who's holding the position of member secretary of the Coastal Aquaculture Authority came to meet me. Like me, he too is not a scientist. He's also a career bureaucrat and officer of the Indian Administrative Service, handling a subject which is purely technical and scientific. He asked me, sir, how do you manage? Who do I trust? Who do I listen to? Who do I go to understand the complex scientific nuances of the subject? I had a one-line answer. I said, each and every lady and gentleman who's sitting in the hall downstairs is your asset, is your knowledge pool. You please talk to them, interact with them, listen to them. That is how my journey started in fisheries. Life sometimes takes very unexpected turns. I was working in the state government of Himachal Pradesh, wanted to come to the union government. I sent in my application that I may be taken on deputation to the union government. And lo and behold, I got appointed as Joint Secretary Fisheries. For our guests who are from outside, Joint Secretary is supposed to be some big shot in Government of India. And Joint Secretary Fisheries meant that I was responsible for the entire fisheries and aquaculture of this country. Believe me, I did not even know F of fish. I came from a state where fish was neither produced nor eaten. I was again very nervous. How would I handle it? My first day in office, I was still struggling. I opened the office computer. To my good luck, my predecessor, before leaving, had not deleted any of the files. So all those file folders with very exotic and fancy titles were in front of me. And there was one file folder which said L. venemi. Now, in southern part of our country, in many states, in many communities, the name typically consists of an alphabet, one or two alphabets, and a word. So I presume that this is a name of a person. And since it was L. venemi, I presume that it is a lady's name, some celebrity. No, I'm very admitting it without any sense of shame, what was transpiring in my mind. And then I presume that it's more likely going to be some heroine of South Indian film industry. So it was with this curiosity that I opened that folder, and what glares at me is a shrimp. And honestly speaking, that time I didn't even know what was this animal called. That was what my situation was when I took over as the highest official of the country responsible for the development of fisheries and aquaculture. Somehow that expecting a glamorous lady's face confronted with a shrimp, picture of a shrimp, ignited some kind of curiosity in me. And I started reading about it. When a paper landed on my table, which was a case for introduction of venemi in India by Sandhana Krishnan of Society of Aquaculture Professionals. I read that paper. It was my day one. I read that paper, and on day one, I said, let me understand what this issue of venemi is. And then I found that there were a lot of conflicting views, a lot of groups in favor of venemi, but very strong groups anti-venemi. And anti-venemi groups were also government organizations, research institutions. And one of the institutions was also SIBA. Now, I was still taking my first baby steps into fisheries when I also got a deputation from Society of Aquaculture Professionals asking me for a meeting on venemi issue, and SIBA was kind enough to organize it. And my first visit outside Delhi, my headquarters, as Joint Secretary Fisheries, was to Chennai to SIBA. And that was the historic meeting which lay the foundation for introduction of L. venemi in this country. So why I'm telling you this story is how important SIBA has been in development of venemi, in the revolution and growth of shrimp sector in this country. Thank you, Dr. Kuldeep. Thank you for your entire team of scientists who stood like a rock with me that time, because there was nobody who was supporting the introduction of venemi. And I remember Dr. Ponaiya, the then director, great man, very dear friend, I have great respect for him. He told me very bluntly, please don't give us mixed signals. You give us a clear signal and we will give you the scientific study and report accordingly. And that is what they did. SIBA developed those detailed guidelines for introduction of Vanemi, how to manage the quarantine center, how to manage the stock density, etc. And Vanemi became not only a story of success of shrimp, it also became a big case study in conflict management, in negotiations, and in bringing diverse hostile groups on one single table. So I truly appreciate the role of the scientists, the professionals, and particularly SIBA, and that is what I was trying to tell this young officer. This is how you grow, and this is how you become a scientist. Now today, there is a prefix of doctor before my name. As I told you, you have all earned your doctorates the hard way by studying. I have earned it an honorary way. An honorary way too after retirement. It is all because of the knowledge I have gained with my interaction, very close interactions from all of you, and I can never be thankful enough for this. Backdrop of this was again disease. India was sitting on the laurels of monodon, good market, good prices, but the onset of disease, what was it called, Ramraj, WSSV? It was spread like a pandemic. More than 60 to 70% farms, hatcheries, processing plants had got closed when we realized that lack of management of disease, lack of surveillance, and lack of adequate response to disease could lead to havoc, and we need to do something about it, and that's how Vanemi came. Ladies and gentlemen, in fact, livestock farming, when I say livestock farming, I include aquaculture, is actually the onset of civilization. Man started becoming civilized when the first man took out a seed from the wild and put it in the soil. And slowly the hunter started becoming a farmer. But the real sophisticated and modern and scientific civilization emerged when man started taming an animal, and not only taming an animal, he started domesticating the entire species. And that is what the onset of civilization was. And onset of civilization was also the onset of disease. Now today also, it is not the wild animal which suffers from disease, or if he or she or it suffers from disease, at least we are not aware of it. Now the hunter has become a farmer, but the last of hunter is a fisherman. The last of hunters in the civilization of fishermen. And the FAO publication, State of World Fisheries and Aquaculture. Am I right, Rohana? State of World Fisheries and Sophia, yes. Yeah, Sophia is a more catchy name. It sounds good. Sophia, if you read Sophia over a period of time, there is a very distinct pattern going on. Capture fishery dwindling, culture fishery going up. This is the future. So the future of fish is going to be aquaculture. Since future of fish is going to be aquaculture, future of fish management is also going to be managing the disease and health of aquaculture. The latest Sophia 2024 also tells us that nearly 90% of the fish caught is for human consumption. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, managing fish health and responding to fish diseases also means managing human health. Disease, therefore, is going to be one of the major issues. And when you say disease in Asian aquaculture, what is Asian aquaculture? I would say Asian aquaculture is actually world aquaculture. Nearly 90% of aquaculture is Asia. And the rising demand of aquatic food, rising demand of animal protein shall necessarily have to be met by aquaculture, by fish farming. Therefore, it becomes very critical that the disruptive forces of disease are managed and managed well and managed scientifically. Health management of aquatic species assumes great importance. In fact, the guidelines for sustainable aquaculture, I think that's what they're called, GSA, Guidelines for Sustainable Aquaculture, brought out by FAO. I don't know whether they have been finalized or notified or not. They have been. I was honored to be part of that expert group of 10 or 15 which drafted those guidelines. In those guidelines also, one of the issues which have been very emphatically stated is how do you manage the health of the fish. You see, aquatic diseases are transboundary. That is why when we are sitting here, we are calling it Asian. not only aquatic diseases, it is the entire livestock species diseases are transboundary. It doesn't respect any political boundaries or geographical boundaries. Most of you would be knowing that the mankind rose to the challenge of animal diseases before they rose to the challenge of human diseases. OIE, which is now called the World Organization of Animal Health, was established in the year 1924, whereas the World Health Organization was established in the year 1948. So, the need, an urgent need for collaboration amongst the different nations to handle the issue of animal diseases was felt much before the same was felt for human diseases. And interestingly, India was, in a way, indirectly, dubiously responsible for formation of World Organization of Animal Health. Those who don't know, the trigger to establish World Organization of Animal Health was India, and it was suspected that zebu cattle from India, which were being exported to the Americas, the ship carrying them had docked at Antwerp in Belgium, and thereafter disease of rinderpest spread in Europe. And it was suspected after analysis that these zebu cattle were responsible. That's why the world said we must have an organization to deal with these issues. And it's always very embarrassing for Indian delegates to attend the WOAH annual conference. It starts with that film on how the WOAH was established, and it says India, then the Indian delegate has to put his head down. You see, these days, the entire health governance system is veering towards the concept of One Health. And I'm sure everyone in this hall would be knowing what One Health is. We all know what One Health is. Man, animal, environment are one. And you have to treat them as one integrated whole if you have to manage the health. Why are we sitting here discussing aquatic diseases? We are doing it because we are concerned about human health. It's not nearly our love for fish that we want the fish to survive and it's for welfare and care for the fish. It is because that fish is our food. So that is what One Health concept states. However, we are not moved in the One Health concept beyond the academics of it or beyond the theory of it. And we think that it's some modern concept which science has developed. Ladies and gentlemen, it was somewhere around 400 BC when the Greek physicist and philosopher Hippocrates developed this concept of One Health. There is his treatise called On Airs, Waters and Places, wherein he states that a good physician must consider all aspects of the ecosystem of a patient. And he described disease as imbalance between man and environment. So One Health is an old concept, and now from One Health we are moving towards what is called One Medicine. After all, in our country, I don't know how it is in other countries, there is one drug regulator. Whether it is veterinary medicine, fish medicine, whether it is human medicine, there is one drug regulator. So we are moving towards the concept of one medicine, which was developed by Dr. Charles Schwab, the German physicist. However, when we are talking in terms of diseases and management of health, we are also creating a very alarmist kind of a situation. There is this, what we call quadripartite of World Health Organization, Food and Agriculture Organization, World Organization of Animal Health, and United Nations Environment Program. This firmly asserts its commitment to One Health. However, when talking of One Health, it narrowly focuses only on the issue of antimicrobial resistance, not in the management of the overall health. And what happens is when such responsible bodies or such responsible documents narrow it down only to the negative aspect of the health and management, it creates a lot of misgivings about the sector. And that is why you find that there are very strong groups, well-meaning groups, who highlight the negative aspects of aquaculture, and sometimes it results in very unreasonable regulation. Yes, antimicrobial resistance in management of livestock and aquatic health is emerging as a major global challenge. However, we need to address this challenge on the basis of sound data, sound information, and science. I recently did a lot of research and study and tried to find out the data in terms of consumption of veterinary drugs, consumption of antibiotics in the veterinary and aquatic sector. I read a FAO report which stated, and Rohana and Melba don't mind if I criticize the FAO on that, it stated the global use of antimicrobials in the veterinary and aquatic sector is between 63,000 to 240,000 tons per year. What kind of range is this? Now, this is a statistical absurdity. I could understand it is between 200,000 to 240,000, or between 63,000 to 65,000, even 70,000, between 63,000 to 240,000. But thereafter, several studies narrowed it down to somewhere between 98,000 tons to 100,000 tons. Then we did our own study here. I collected the data from the Indian pharma industry and Indian Federation of Animal Health Industries. And we found that the total use of antimicrobials in this sector last year was 963 tons. Then I found that the biggest livestock population in the world is consuming only 1% of the antimicrobials which are there. Now, again, this data too may be suspect, but it is less suspect than the other data. Now, this is not to say that antimicrobial resistance is not an issue. It is an issue, needs to be tackled, and especially in the shrimp sector, that too in places where industrial farming of shrimp is going on. But let not the disease management and management of health issues create an alarmist situation. Ladies and gentlemen, aquaculture in Asia, and particularly in India, is not just a livelihood. It is the cornerstone of our nutritional security. Economic growth, employment, and resultant prosperity. Mr. Ramraj, my dear friend, is sitting here. He represents the Society of Aquaculture Professionals. He would bear me out how introduction of Vanamai overnight changed the lifestyle and standard of living of the shrimp farmers. Despite very impressive growth, which is accelerating at a very good and impressive pace, regular and consistent disease outbreaks are causing very serious disruptions. Well, Mr. Trump may forgive you and may have some sympathy on you, but diseases will not. And you and I can't do anything about Mr. Trump's tariffs, but we can surely do something about managing the health of our animals. And these disease outbreaks are creating major issues. And the disease in aquatic sources is not something you can't handle and manage. It's an outcome, it's a complex outcome of various acts of omission and commission. We have somehow, you see, when the going is good, we tend to compromise on certain very basic biosecurity measures. Even some of the best of the farms and hatcheries, you will find they'll be compromising on something or the other, either on account of cost cutting or general apathy. I don't know how correct this figure is. One study, I don't vouchsafe for the authenticity or integrity of this study, and I don't even know what is the source of this data, but this says in India, the economic burden of aquatic diseases is more than 15% of the total value of our product. And it quantifies it as $2.48 billion US. So it's a huge amount. My suspicion is that the actual burden would be slightly higher than this. My gut feeling is it would be higher than this. Now, this is a challenge before all of you. I cannot be the person who can suggest how to manage the health and disease. I can only say that as a policy maker, this is what is expected. Dr. Kuldeep Kumar mentioned the surveillance program. I remember, well, I came in for a lot of praise from Dr. Kuldeep Kumar and others, so let me also blow my trumpet a little bit. As a policy maker, when the National Bureau of Fish Genetic Resources, you were also there that time, Dr. Jaina was the director there. They brought this proposal that we don't have any program for aquatic disease surveillance, and we must have a national program for that. I said, well, as a policymaker, how can I support you? They say we need some kind of a corpus. I said, here it is. That is what we can do. So you have to suggest how to do it. Now the theme of today's this thing is transformative innovations. Now, innovation is a very, very, very attractive word. It's a word very dear to me because the entire growth, whether it is economic or societal growth or civilizational growth, rests upon innovations. But what is happening is that there is a huge gap between the innovations taking place and the practices which are being done in the field. And how to bridge this gap is something which all the stakeholders of the sector have to sit together. As I call it, policy and practice have to join hands. Policy and practice have to join hands and move hand in hand. Lastly, I strongly believe that we should avoid using this word disease time and again. This is reactive. Disease is reactive. We need to have an entire paradigm shift and only call it a comprehensive health management. You see, we have, in human health, we talk in terms of public health now. We just don't talk in terms of health. In veterinary medicine, we have started talking in terms of veterinary public health. Let us now create a discipline and environment of aquatic public health. Aquatic public health, move towards prevention rather than just reacting to diseases. You see, I was a bit intrigued by the title of the symposium. Had I known that I had participated in the earlier version, probably I wouldn't have been so apprehensive about coming here today. You say diseases in Asian aquaculture. Now, as I said, aquaculture is Asian and Asian only. Asian aquaculture and global aquaculture could be synonyms. When you say diseases in Asian aquaculture, all of you sitting here are scientists, you understand this. But if I'm a fish consumer, I would say so many delegates and from abroad they have come here, gathered in Chennai. Diseases in aquaculture, that means there must be something very serious. That means there's something very, very serious. Disease has a negative connotation. Disease, when you keep saying disease, the consumer would start questioning the integrity and the safety of the product. This is good. Transformative innovations and the future of aquatic health management. When you use the word health management, sir, you are taking over as the chairman and president. My request to you would be, take it or leave it, but at least give it a due consideration that next time, please don't call it disease in Asian aquaculture. Call it something else. Call it health of Asian aquaculture. Call it health of Asian aquaculture so that we give it a positive contribution. Let us manage health, not disease. Because when you say disease, when you say disease, the failure of health management. Why did a disease take place in the first place? That would be my request as a layman, as an outsider. I would again say this whole issue has to be responded to, handled, managed in the paradigm of One Health. We have in Indian philosophy what we call Vasudev Kutumbakam, a term which is very often used these days. What is Vasudev Kutumbakam? Vasudev Kutumbakam is One Health. Translated to English, what would it say? We are one earth, we are one family, we all have one future. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, you are the most fit person to address this gathering who all wanted to listen on disease. Your in-depth knowledge and fantastic speech has mesmerized all. We are really fortunate to have you among us in this symposium. Thank you very much for your enlightenment talk. Now, may I invite Sri N. Ananthanarayanan, Chief Coordinator of the World Seafood Congress, to make an announcement.
We are coming to the close of this symposium. But the process never stops. We have another thing in line, which we'll be announcing today. Actually, I'm thankful to the organizers of the World Seafood Congress. It was supposed to be held during 24th to 27th September. At this time, because of this clash, I think this was raised in FHS Executive Committee also, I raised once, that we have got two conferences at the same time in the same city. So this is going to be a big conflict. And I'm thankful to them, they shifted their dates to February 2025. Because that is also a very big congress, World Seafood Congress. Now I invite Mr. Anant Narayan to announce about that Seafood Congress. Maybe some of you may be interested to come. That's again in Chennai in February. Over to you.
Vanakkam, good evening, namaste. Dignitaries on and off the dais. Tarun Sridhar sir, an enlightening speech. Thank you so much. Even I am not a stalwart, but I am just taking baby steps in this. The World Seafood Congress is to be hosted in Chennai. Chennai Trade Center will be the venue, and the dates are February 9, 10, and 11. So this is conducted by IAFI, which is International Association of Fish Inspectors, which is a UN-recognized NGO, and along with UNIDO, FAO, and World Fish. So from the government side, from the Indian government side, we have the co-organizer, who is Department of Fisheries. Joint organizer would be NFDB, and we have support from SIBA, CIFT, CMFRI, and everybody. The technical partners would be ICRA, and also we have support from MPEDA and Seafood Exporters Association of India. So the who's who of the industry is there. So we have a plethora of events. We have a trade fair, we have a conference, then we have paper presentations, abstract presentations that is, poster presentations. We have Peter Hoggett Awards and also industrial visits. So I take this opportunity to invite you all to visit and also participate. We have our website WSC 2026, so you can go and log into that for all the information. For any other queries, I am here. The stalwarts on the dais and a few off the dais are also part of our committee. We have two committees, which is an international committee and a national steering committee. So all these stalwarts give us the ideas as to how to take forward this session. So looking forward to having you all. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now may I request Dr. M.S. Shekhar, Organizing Secretary of DAA 12, to propose the vote of thanks.
Very good evening. My vote of thanks is slightly lengthy. Symposium was also lengthy. So, Dr. Tarun Sridhar, the chief guest of today's program, Dr. Kuldeep Lal, convener of DAA 12, Dr. Pradhan, and dear participants, it's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of organizers of DAA 12. At the outset, we are thankful to the guest of honor, Dr. Sagar Mehra, Mr. Sagar Mehra, Joint Secretary, Department of Fisheries, Government of India. Although sir was not here, but he could send his message to address the gathering. We are grateful to the chief guest of today's program, Dr. Tarun Sridhar, for gracing the occasion. Thank you, sir, for being with us. With great pleasure and deep gratitude, we extend heartfelt thanks to all the delegates of DAA 12. Your presence enriches this gathering and inspires our shared efforts towards progress and collaboration across the aquaculture community. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to all the contributors in the compendium of abstracts of DAA 12. We are truly grateful for their participation and sharing the wealth of knowledge, experience, and perspectives which enrich the dialogue and strengthen our collective ability to address the challenges and opportunities before us. We are honored for the gracious support and encouragement from the Honorable Ministers Shri Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, Shri Rajiv Ranjan Singh ji, Shri George Kurian ji, whose inspiring words lent stature and motivation to the publication of this book of abstracts. Our sincere gratitude goes to Dr. Mangilal Jat, Secretary DARE and Director General, for his steadfast guidance and support in making this event a reality. We are also grateful to Dr. Abhilash Likhi, IAS Secretary, Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India. We warmly extend our heartfelt thanks to Dr. J.K. Jaina, DDG Fisheries ICR, for his constant encouragement and also the support as Chairman of Asian Fisheries Society Indian Branch. We also thank our co-organizers, Dr. B.K. Behra, Chief Executive, NFDB, and Shri D.V. Swami, Chairman, MPDA, for their valuable cooperation and inspiring messages. We sincerely thank Dr. Kua Benchu, outgoing Chairperson, Fish Health Section, Asian Fisheries Society, Dr. Eduardo M. Liano, Director General NACA, for their invaluable guidance and helping us in organizing this symposium. We are also grateful to Dr. P.K. Pradhan, the present chairman, for his constant support. We extend sincere thanks to our valued institutional partners, ICR, Fisheries Institutes, with their director and teams, the National Fisheries Development Board, the MPDA, the Network of Aquaculture Centers in Asia Pacific, NACA, for their unwavering collaboration and support, which has been instrumental in the successful organization of this event. The organizers take this opportunity to sincerely thank our sponsors for their generous support and commitment. Your contribution has been invaluable in making DAA 12 Symposium possible. By supporting this platform, you have not only enabled the smooth conduct of the event, but also strengthened our shared mission of advancing knowledge, innovation, and collaboration. We deeply appreciate your partnership and look forward in continuing their association in future. We would also like to place on record our sincere gratitude to the aquaculture farmers and other stakeholders, whose hard work and dedication form the very foundation of this sector. Your resilience, innovation, and commitment to the sustainable practices not only feed millions, but also inspire research, policy, and industry alike. This symposium, in many ways, is a tribute to your invaluable contributions. Last but not the least, a big thanks and a loud round of applause to the convener of DAA 12 and director of ICR SIBA, Dr. Kuldeep K. Lal, for his untiring efforts in organizing this mega event. Thank you, sir. His dedication was very much evident from writing and responding personally to each one of the emails, tracking every participant's travel plan till he or she reached the venue safely, keeping a watch on everyday menu and the food quality, personally looking into the accommodation arrangements made for each participant, honoring the invited speakers, chairpersons, and other dignitaries, mobilizing the funds of resources, and the list goes on. Thank you, sir, for your being the guiding force for the Team SIBA. I also take this opportunity to thank all the members of different committees and organizers of this symposium for their untiring efforts in making this symposium a grand success. On behalf of ICR, Central Institute of Brackish Water Aquaculture, and the organizing committee, we once again thank every individual and the institution whose efforts and goodwill have shaped this important scientific gathering. Namaste, Vanakkam.
Thank you, sir. Now may I request all the participants to kindly rise for the national anthem.
Himalaya, Ganga, Uchala, Jala, Kita,
have a group photo session of the newly elected members of FSH AFS. Thank you all. Looking forward to see you all in DAA 13 or health organization in aquaculture as suggested by Dr. Tarun, and have a safe journey back home. May I also request all the SIBA committee members and all the SIBA staff to remain back for a group photo. All SIBA members, please. For the clarity, 2 photos, one of AFSH and one of SIBA.